This looks to be the wife of Mrs. Caleb Hotchkiss. Unfortunately, I don't see Caleb around anywhere. This is not at the head of Spruce Street, but it's actually the western wall. As you can see, they took the gravestones of everybody who was buried at the New Haven Green and moved them to this location. They're roughly in alphabetical order. And some of the headstones in front, again, completely ineligible to read. One of them does have an American flag in front of it, and maybe that's one of these Hotchkiss who is a son of the American Revolution, or actually fought them. This is a gravestone for H.F. Hotchkiss, which has a SAR marker on it. And as you can see, completely illegible headstones surrounding there. This is right next to a Silas Hotchkiss. This is roughly at 41 Cypress, which is where Lent Hotchkiss should be. If you look, there is two sets of Hotchkiss graves. One is this one, which contains John B. Hotchkiss, Ellen J., his wife, and their daughter Ellen W. and Lizzie. And you can see some of the headstones there. The graves in the distance are actually too difficult to read. There's also a set of Hotchkiss graves just next to them, including an H.S. Hotchkiss, a J.B. Hotchkiss, and this is for probably Captain John Ball. I've taken this picture before. Next to it, there are actually some different folks who are not Hotchkisses. To the front of that location, there is a SAR grave marker, which is completely ineligible. This may or may not be Lent. I'm not sure about his birth or death dates, but interestingly enough, they're next to Abel Burritt and his mother. So it may be somebody completely unrelated. To the front of that location, there is a SAR grave marker, which is completely ineligible. This may or may not be Lent. I'm not sure about his birth or death dates, but interestingly enough, they're next to Abel Burritt and his mother. So it may be somebody completely unrelated. So I think this is Esther Hotchkiss from what it looks like up close. So I don't know if the one next to it right here is John Hotchkiss, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. This one here is also very difficult to read, but it also looks like it could be an Esther Hotchkiss. It's right behind the other Hester Hotchkiss, maybe a daughter. This one could potentially be the John Hotchkiss as well. It's very difficult to see the first name on this, and even going over it with the finger also makes it very difficult to read. It's next to another ineligible headstone. This is Mercy Hotchkiss, who looks like was somehow related to Obadiah Hotchkiss, who I assume is this grave right here. There's also two Hotchkisses in the back of these two graves. Again, completely ineligible. These exist at approximately 15 or 13 Cypress Avenue. This is also a nearby Hotchkiss gravestone. It's difficult to say, but it may be an Eli Hotchkiss. Behind John B. Hotchkiss, there is another ineligible grave marker which looks much older. Maybe this is Lent.